rev up your engines. Today I'm going to answer the question, do AC leak sealers actually work? Now, as with all my videos, this isn't a sponsored video. I've been working on cars for 51 years, and over the years I've tried various sealers in AC systems. Because as the saying goes, the proof is in the pudding. If you don't try it out and see if it works or not in various situations, you're never going to know the truth. Now, of course, if you can find a leak in an AC system, it's obvious, you can hear it hissing or dye comes out. My advice is, first, attempt to fix it mechanically. The other day I had a Ford in here. It needed an evaporator. It was going to be over $2,000 to replace that evaporator. So all the customer said, gee, is there something else we can do? It's hot and humid here in Houston. I said, well, there's sealers out there, and I found one that works as best as any I could ever try out. But I also explained it's not going to fix any big leaks, only tiny ones. So I said, well, for like about 30 bucks, we can try this stuff. It's called AC Pro Super Seal. The company is honest. Look what it says on the can. For use in car AC systems that can hold a charge for at least 2 weeks and have a working compressor. And from my years of trying different sealers on people's cars, this is the only one that I'll try anymore because they're being honest. A lot of them say, oh, we'll fix any leak in your AC, blah, 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 blah. Well, of course, if you put it in and it hisses right out, that hole's too big, it isn't gonna fix it. To give an example of another leaking system, but one that has less pressure, let's say you get a hole in your tire. Some people use that Fix-A-Flat. Now, if you had a nail or a tiny hole, the stuff actually can seal the leak. Sealers can work for small leaks, not big ones. Now, my advice is before you use any of the sealers, make sure the compressor is working and isn't making horrible noises. If you turn it on, it's going clacka, clacka, clacka. The compressor's shot and you're gonna have to replace it. Then start up the car and turn the AC on, full blast, then go under the hood. Make sure that the cooling fans are working. This one has one here and one here. They're blowing perfectly fine. Look at the compressor. This one's quiet. It's not making any weird noises. Now, in the case of this Acura, it's leaking it out after a month and a half. So, it's a small leak. And when I checked it for leaks with my sniffer, lo and behold, it was leaking inside the dash. And I know a lot of mechanics are going to say, oh, don't ever use that stuff, it'll clog your system, but look, they give true directions here. It says, will not clog up AC system or service port when used as directed. So you do exactly as they say. This isn't a miracle in a can that's going to fix other problems. It will only fix small leaks. And to give it the best chance of working, here's what I do. If you don't have the equipment, pay a mechanic to do it for you, because you really have to do it this way if you want it to have the best chance of sealing any small leak in your AC. First, you have to hook up a set of gauges. Put it on the low side. Then you have to evacuate the system to get anything out. And in most places by law, you have to have a recycling machine. If there is refrigerant left in the system, you got to hook this up to a recycling machine so you don't send the refrigerant into the atmosphere. But of course, if it's completely empty, then you can just hook this up to a vacuum pump and just suck it out to get everything out so there's a complete vacuum in the system. Now, this is a really important step in putting in any sealer. I know a lot of times guys just think, oh, I'll just put some of the sealer in and drive it around. No, to do it correctly, you got to empty the system out. Then you put the sealer in, which is easy enough. Can's got a little clip that goes right on. You just take this line off and put this on. Then you just turn the can upside down and spray it in, pushing the button. And of course you do this with the engine running and the AC on. And once the can's empty, and you can tell that by listening, put your ear on the can, and when it starts hearing a sucking sound, you know it's hollow and dry inside. And then once the can is in, you fill it up with a full load of refrigerant. And it's very important that as soon as the can's empty, you fill it up with refrigerant. You want it flowing through the system. Then my advice is, let it sit and idle with all the fans running for about half an hour. That way it flows through the system and has the best chance of sealing it. Now, I know a lot of mechanics are going to go berserk and say, oh, don't ever use that stuff, it'll destroy this or that. Well, if you follow the directions like I just showed you, it doesn't create any problems. The system has to have a slow leak. It does have to leak out in 2 weeks or longer. If you got to fill it up every hour or after a day or two, this stuff's not going to work. the leak would be too big. We're talking about a small leak here. And as I said, it's not a miracle in a can. It's not going to fix a broken AC system that's got some other problem like a expansion valve or a compressor or the fans aren't working right. It's only going to fix small leaks. Now, over the years, I've tried lots of different ones. And unfortunately, luckily, they were old junky cars that the customer said, well, we'll give it a try because we're not going to put much money into the car. Some of the other ones actually did clog up systems and the compressors locked up. But this AC Pro one, it's the only one that I will try anymore. But you do have to go through all these steps that I've shown. You can't just think, oh, I'll just shoot this stuff in and drive around and see if it helps. And as I said, if your system makes horrible noises when it's running, don't even try this stuff. That means that at a minimum, the compressor's starting to wear out. You need some serious work. And this little $29 can is not going to fix your problem. And since this is Mechanic Monday, I'm giving away some of this AC Super Seal. To have a chance to win, place a clean, non-offensive comment on the YouTube comments below. And a winner will be chosen randomly by computer to get some AC leak sealer. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.